Welcome to Conversations with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla, school counselor here at Chimacum Junior and Senior High. I'll be interviewing students, staff, community members, outside community members, hoping to provide them a voice to share their perspectives and insights. Hello and welcome to another edition of Conversations with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla, and I'm with three lovely seniors this week. I've got Maddie Burgess, Maria Powell, and Shelby Thibault. Thank you, ladies, for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us on. Woo!
So we are at the final countdown, less than 3 months before graduation. Wow. You know, one thing I was thinking, I looked over your transcripts, going everything with all the college applications. First thing I thought, looking at your transcripts, dang. I'm seeing A, advanced class. How the heck did you guys, ladies, keep yourself motivated? Like, what motivated to keep your grades up?
For me, my mom is always on my butt about that, which thank you to her because she motivates me. But I also just try to keep a really good set schedule, and if I get big projects done, like a major end of the semester essay, then I treat myself by like buying dinner for myself or getting a spritzer, something like that.
What type of dinner do you get?
Usually it's Mexican or Italian. Those are like my go-to, but usually Mexican food.
I like that. How about you?
For me, I try to pace myself. I know that I have a lot of work and I get really behind sometimes. I procrastinate a lot, but keeping good grades has always been something that's super important to me, and I always tell myself, you know, if an A is available, why not go out and get it?
Me personally, I've always wanted to go and get the best grades I can since freshman year, because I've always wanted to go to a big university, and I knew that having straight A's, taking advanced classes would help me get there and help me obtain the future that I really want. So my future goals was my biggest motivation.
Awesome. So all three of you are in band, and the three of you play a whole variety of instruments. What do you guys play?
I play clarinet.
I also play clarinet.
I play alto saxophone, and I also play tenor saxophone. This year I picked up flute back in February because our band didn't have a flute player. I also, dabble on some other instruments like the accordion, piano, recorders, tin whistles. Concertina is actually one of them too. I think that might be it, but I'm open to suggestions.
Okay. Maria, I also know you've been doing conducting as well, not just this year, but last year. How did you get into that?
Yeah, so my 8th grade year, I was actually in the high school marching band because I was homeschooled that year, and our old band director, Mr. Gorley, he invited me to be in the high school band because that was something I was able to do. And at the end of that year, I auditioned to be the drum major, and I knew I wouldn't get the position because I was an 8th grader, but I did it anyway, and that audition was conducting a pet band song and the national anthem. And ever since then, I was just kind of always fascinated with conducting, and it's been something that I've really enjoyed doing, so I try to get to do it as much as I can.
I was going to say Maddie and Shelby. Mm-hmm. How's Maria done as a conductor? She done pretty good?
Maria is an amazing conductor, by the way, and her ability to just keep time and even get the time switches, I don't know what else to call it, time switches, everything, her expressions and her ability to lead people into when they are supposed to join. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but she's just fantastic conductor, 10 out of 10. Live, laugh, love Maria.
Yeah, she's really good. She's super easy to read, and I've just gotten used to her conducting, so when I get other conductors, I'm completely lost. But Maria's super easy. And when we went to adjudication, our judge was her number one fan said that she was perfect in every way. And he was not lying, so.
Oh, thank you.
So for our listeners out there, what is adjudication? What is that exactly?
So adjudication is kind of like a band convention where all of the bands from the Olympic Peninsula go, and it's always held in Port Angeles for our region. And in other regions, it's usually switches around to which school it's at. And all these bands go to Port Angeles, and we play 3 pieces, a march, a slow one, and then maybe a faster tempo one. And we have an adjudicator who will give us a score and kind of give us a clinic and tell us what we did great and what we can do better. And you can also go and sit and watch all the other bands. It's just really cool.
Awesome. So here's a question I was wondering about. So I talked with a few other seniors a few episodes ago, and they were telling me about the pandemic. It was really difficult. It was hard to see other people. You had to stay at home. How did the three of you manage? Not only manage, but also keep your grades up. How did you get through it with the pandemic?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. When we went out freshman year, I had all A's, and they told us that your grade couldn't go down. So freshman year, I just kind of gave up because I had an A. They couldn't bring me lower, so I just ended up working. But through sophomore year, I had the same small group of friends that I tried to see, because then we would just all disease each other pretty much. But it was really hard to not see all of my friends. I only had like 3 people I could see. And then for grades, I had a hard time motivating myself to actually do the work because I couldn't like reward myself with anything fun. So it was definitely like difficult, and I was really grateful to get back to school so I could like see people.
I was very much a good kid during the pandemic, and I had a very rigorous schedule set up for myself. Time cut out for going outside, eating, and then like doing my homework and practicing my saxophone. It was kind of hardcore. I don't know why I did that to myself, but it really helped me get through and keep up like insanely good grades somehow.
Me personally, I had a really rough time over the pandemic because I realized shortly after leaving our freshman year that I actually was an extrovert and I needed to see people to like be able to function like even at a basic level. So I struggled for most of it, even if I got to see my friends every once in a while, because I was like Shelby, we all kind of collectively decided, hey, if one of us goes out, the other goes out with them, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But for grades and stuff like that, I had a really rough time maintaining them and would just like do horribly right up until like the actual semester, because I knew the quarter grade doesn't really count. It's just the semester one that does. So I would crunch and do everything right before that deadline, and it was a really horrible idea. Don't do that, by the way. But that was my unfortunate routine.
One of the quotes that I heard from, or that I remembered from a previous episode of Seniors was, this feels very much more of a freshman year than a senior year. Is that correct? Because it's actually the first full year, you don't have to wear the masks, you can actually get around. Do you feel the same way, that this kind of feels a little bit more a freshman year than it does a senior year?
Yeah, it definitely does. Just like you said, if this is the first year that we don't really have to wear a mask, and like our year's not affected by COVID. Like it's still a thing, but it's not affecting how our school's running. So this is our only actual normal high school year. So it definitely does feel like I'm just coming in as a freshman, because I'm still experiencing things that I never got to experience through other years. And I'm a senior, so it's kind of weird to have like a new experience as a senior.
I would say that these past 3.5 years have been some of the slowest years of my life. Maybe because so much has happened, but it still definitely feels like I haven't really been at school ever. Like this is my freshman year. This is my first year, you know, I'm gonna be a freshie, but I'm like the oldest one here, and it's kind of weird.
I would say it feels like a really weird blend of senior and freshman year, because like we have all the like stress and experience that you gain from going through high school because of the pandemic. So I feel as mature as like a senior, but at the same time, there's so many things that I was so looking forward to as a freshman, like band trips. We only get one band trip. When I remember in 8th grade, I was so stoked to have all 4 of them. And so that I'm really looking forward to, kind of like a freshman would. And there's just so many different things that I feel I missed, but at the same time, I've gained the same experience, so it's a really weird amalgamation.
What's something, as an 8th grader and partially 9th grade, what's something that you wish you would have been told early on that you now know as a senior? Like a word of wisdom that you wish you would have been told before?
It would just be the classic cheesy line of, you know, the time flies. And I always got mad when people would tell me that as a freshman, because I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's annoying, everyone tells me that. But it is so true, and especially with the pandemic, feels like high school's just been like a complete blip. So you just need to enjoy it every moment you get, and like every last memory, you just need to take the opportunity to make those memories.
I would agree with Shelby on that one. Just to soak it up, spend a lot of time with your friends. Don't worry too much about grades and about what your future is going to look like, because things will fall together and all come in place.
I probably would have given myself some creepy warning about COVID and told little me that as stressful as school may be, it is nowhere near as stressful as going through the pandemic was, and that even like being in class and having to do assignments, I should enjoy and appreciate, because it's much better than not having it.
Yeah, don't take things for granted. Yeah, that's a big one.
That's fair. Well, the three of you are graduating soon, less than 3 months. We got spring break coming up, or actually, by the time this is uploaded, it will be during spring break. What does the future hold for you after high school?
I'm just kind of, flying and just
Flying by the seat of your pants.
that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Flying by the seat of my pants, honestly. Everything.
Put some Carhartts on.
Carhartts. Flying by the seat of my Carhartts. Thank you, Maria. But everything is changing for me day-to-day basis. One day I think I have a plan. By the next week, it's changed. All that I know at this moment is I want to be in the medical field, because after going through the professional medical careers at West Sound Tech, I've realized I really am interested in human body and all that kind of stuff, and I really want to help people too. So all I know at this moment is I'm going to do the medical field. I just have no idea which path I want to take that way, but I will figure it out.
You got this. I spent all of February and a little bit of January too going around the country and auditioning at different music schools, and I've been hearing acceptance letters back. They're giving me money and all that. My future holds music. I don't know, either teaching it, performing it, whatever. I love playing music, and I love being able to share what I have to other people.
My future, I have a big grand plan to move to Seattle with Santana, yay, and go to the UW. I wanted to go there for years now, and I'm so glad I got in. And as of right now, I'm not quite certain if I want to study physics or biology, but I'm sure once I get there and I've taken my pre-science courses, I'll figure it out. I just know that I want to research stuff as an adult. I think scientific research will be awesome.
Awesome. So, three of you in band, seniors, you're going to be leaving. Of course, there's the underclassmen in your band, as well as possible newcomers, upcoming 7th and 8th graders coming in to the band. What advice would you give the underclassmen band members?
Ooh, yeah, I'm nervous for them. I would just tell them to hang on, because it's going to get stressful. Things are going to be changing. I have no idea what next year's going to look like, so they just need to be patient and try to enjoy each thing that happens and try to make memories, but also be prepared that everything will be changing, so you have to be flexible.
I would tell them just to hang in there. Our band program has been going through a lot of changes. Kind of feels like parents are getting divorced or something. Band director moved away, and then we get another one, and now he's going to be gone. We're bouncing around on people's couches pretty much.
And we have a quality conductor that's going to be moving on.
Yeah. But I know we're getting a new person in, and I trust the hiring committee for that band director position to find someone who is good. So don't be mean to them. Be nice to whoever they hire, please.
I would say specifically to the high school underclassmen right now, since there's going to be a bunch of 8th graders coming in, to do your best to be patient with them, because they haven't had the experience that we have had. They got totally sidelined by COVID, and they don't have nearly as much practice as you do. So it may be frustrating hearing them, mess up rhythms, not know how to play certain notes, or march terribly, but it's worth it. Stick with them. They will appreciate it so much if you do it.
Awesome. Something I was thinking about is, you three will be eventually moving on. What would you tell newcomers? And what I mean by newcomers as in new students coming in, new staff coming in, because I was new last summer in August. What piece of advice would you give new staff or new students coming into the school?
For new students, don't procrastinate. You need to just try to work hard from the beginning, because I kind of procrastinated my first few years, and senior year I kind of regretted it, and now I'm like working hard to keep my grades up. But at the same time, you got to reward yourself and take time out for yourself to have fun. So finding that balance between working and fun. And then for new staff, just know that this is a really tight-knit community.
I was gonna say that's exactly
My bad, guys. Great minds think alike. But yeah, it's a tight-knit community. So when you come in, it's gonna be like a little scary, because you're gonna be like, oh my god, all these kids know each other and all the teachers know each other, and it's nerve-wracking. But after you get to know the kids, like, they're all gonna love you. Like, for example, Mr. A, everyone loves you here now.
No,
so like, yeah, you're
really?
his favorite. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, it might take a little while for you to get settled in, but I mean, once you're here for a little bit, everyone will learn to love you, and you'll just be a part of it, part of this place.
Unfortunately, that was almost exactly what I was gonna say. I would just keep in mind that it is a really small school. We all know each other. Don't take it as like a daunting, like, oh god, everyone knows each other, I can't make a mistake. We all know each other in the sense most likely, people have your back here.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows everyone. If you mess up, there will be people willing to defend you, and it'll be fine. Don't be intimidated by the closeness here.
Well, I'll just say personally, thank you. I mean, coming in here as a staff, I mean, I knew you guys were close-knit. I know you guys knew each other. People knew each other well. I have really felt welcome. And, I mean, 3 of you, along with the other seniors, have made me feel just part of the family. I mean, even though it's been less than a year, so truly, thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the fun part, the word association.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm going to shoot in 1 or 2 words. Tell me the first thing that comes into your mind. Of course, the favorite thing I'm going to shoot for, pickles.
Mr. A.
Oh,
Peanut butter.
Dill.
Okay. Volkswagen Beetle.
My heart. Yeah.
Shelby.
I was gonna say punch.
Oh.
Ah, okay. All right. Chick flicks.
Shit.
What does that even mean?
Reese Witherspoon.
Romantic
Yeah.
movies, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Ooh.
Okay. Horror movies. Horror movies or slasher movies?
Jaden Smith.
Shelby.
Not the actor, by the way, the student.
No.
I just think of Scream.
Scream. Okay. Smart cars.
Tiny.
Hey, they're pretty big. You know, it's not that small.
Yeah, it's about average.
Right? Yeah.
Waste of money. Sorry, Maria. I love you.
Okay. Spritzers.
Ooh.
Heaven.
Fruity.
Tasty.
Okay. Sports cars.
Room.
Fast.
Yeah.
NASCAR. I don't know. Racing.
Okay. Road trips.
Ooh.
Fun.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Fun.
Annoying.
Wow. Annoying? What's that?
Yeah, have you ever been on like a
It's-
long car ride with your
because you have little
brothers?
brothers, yeah.
Because you have brothers, yeah.
That can get in there. Okay. 1 more. Top Gun.
Maverick.
Goose and Rooster.
Oh.
I was gonna say Goose last time.
Say the beach scene then.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
You can have Goose and Rooster.
Miles Teller.
Oh.
Miles Teller.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a
Miles Teller. Okay. Any final words that you want to tell our listeners out there?
Don't think, just do.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Stay cool. If you aren't cool, get cool.
Oh, it's from West Side Story. I feel like we had this conversation last time.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate having you, Evan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. And that concludes this week's episode of Conversations with Mr. A. With the 3 seniors, with Maddie, with Maria, and Shelby, what I can say about all 3 of them have really great, bright futures ahead of them. And so it's definitely been great working with them. They are a pleasure, and I truly wish the best for all 3 of them. So stay tuned. Next week, we will have more episodes uploaded soon. Have a good one.